Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. You're looking at something brand new, the MiBro Lite. We've done the review of the MiBro Air. This is the Lite, and it's a world premiere. Let me tell you about it. Available from the AliExpress store, the MiBro Lite is a 1.3-inch AMOLED screen. Yep, AMOLED screen device. Here's everything comes with it. We're going to unbox it. And crazy pricing, but there's a special that drops it down in the neighborhood of $45 right now. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's dig into it. Take a look at it. I have already unboxed it, set it up, put some time on it, but I put it all back together because I wanted you to see how cute it is. You've got a little tab that pulls up the watch, and unlike all of the other ones where it's sitting facing up, this one is pushed from behind. Look at that. Very odd, but kind of cool. You take the watch out of its cradle, and you see it's wrapped in a little plastic sleeve that actually you can slide off without having to undo it if you get it just right. And there you go. Two charging points, all the diodes in the back, very nicely sealed, smooth, rounded corners, one button, removable, soft TPU bands. And before we turn it on, a quick look at what else we've got. The charging dock, which is actually a dock but not wireless. You have to line up the pins. It's magnetic. Plug that in and you can charge it. You've got a quick start guide. Tells you to download the MiBro Fit app, which we've done, and I'll show you that one. How you go about pairing the device. Some quick tips about setting the app up so it'll run in the background. They're starting to do a lot of that these days on instructions, which is really good. And then the last thing is we've got this another way of looking at trying to get the darn thing to work. Here's an overview where the buttons are, or the button, the QR code. Again, you can scan it there or use the link in the show notes, or just go over to the Google Play Store to download the app. Operating instructions connecting the watch. You can see all that? Yeah. And okay, more stuff. Functions of operation. It's kind of in gray printing on white. It's not that easy to read, but I think you can probably do it. Charging and some precautions. Basic parameters, and there's the manual. Let's take a moment and look at the specs for this unit. This is the typical AliExpress way of doing specs, so it's nothing really fancy. It's showing you the overall functions of the watch, the languages supported, waterproof grade, professional. Now normally they have either life waterproof, which means splash proof, and I believe professional waterproof is similar to IP68. You probably can swim with it, get it wet, but it's not actually saying that, so that's just my guess. Battery capacity, it's a sports watch, silica gel band, and the MiBro Lite is the name. AMOLED display. It's got always on screen, which isn't even showing up in any of their literature, which is a shame because that's a good selling point. And then these are the different functions that are in the watch as well. Now the world premiere begins today, but I got this prototype a few days beforehand so that we'd have time to get the review ready and launch it at exactly the same timing globally for the review to match up with the world launch. With that said, the prototype, and this sometimes happens with prototype, has a little glitch in it. But I find it kind of cool. You see what you think. When I press and hold the button, the screen is going to light up. There's the logo with this fancy symbol on the side. There's the watch face. And guess what, gang? Those two lines, they don't go away. That's the glitch. There's something wrong with the way the AMOLED screen is in this. This is not how a production unit will come, and I just don't have time to have them send me out another one that's clean and get this review up in time. So we're going to live with it. I'll just cover it from time to time so you can see what the screen should look like. Just be aware oh yeah, look, it logged in and connected to the phone automatically. Just be aware it's there, but it is not part of the watch itself. All right, we are in the opening screen. This is kind of their information central screen. You've got temperature, you've got step count, heart rate, battery charge, calories burned, time, and day of week. All of that's there. When you swipe down, again, you get your battery level. You have all these different controls. You can turn the watch off right from here, go into do not disturb mode. We have the brightness. When you crank it up, it can get really, really bright. Look, compared to those lines now, it's super bright, and it'll actually wash out the camera, so we're going to tone it down. Easy, easy, easy to see outside. It's AMOLED, which is really, really great. By the way, because it's AMOLED, that means you can have always on time. And we have a setting for that. So I'm going to activate it, and I've set it for 5 minutes. That's its lowest, which means when the normal screen goes off, the ambient mode, always on time, will come on, but not always, only for 5 minutes. A weird thing about this, it's settable between 5 and 20 minutes. You can't set it forever. But that's the kind of the game they're playing to make sure you get the longest battery life out of it. You can lock the screen, you can find your phone, and of course you can go into settings where you have the option of twist your wrists to see the time, or do the always on settings. Like I said, oh wow, you can go as low as 3 minutes. I didn't know that. Okay, or up to 20 minutes. I'll just check it for 20 minutes. Yeah, brightness control, your off time, from 5 seconds to 30 seconds. So when the actual watch is on, how long do you want it to stay on? You have health reminders, all kinds of them, and these are also in the app. Sedentary, drinking water, overlook, exercise reminders, medicine if you take pills, book reading, just on and on. But these are basically loop timers. So, yeah, for what it's worth, you set them for what you want. Heart rate warning. You can have it let you know when you are in sport mode if your heart rate's too high, when you're in resting mode, and you even have a setting for sleep mode. You have to research how that actually works. Maybe this gives you a wake up if your heart rate drops too low. All I can say at this point is those settings are there, and they're kind of unique. I haven't seen that on other watches. Languages, not a whole lot, but you've got, looks like some Chinese, English, French, Spanish, and then we get into all these other languages. So a lot of times you guys ask, will it work in my language? If you see it there, you're in luck. If you don't, no, it won't. Okay, let's keep moving. Whoops. Vibration mode, do not disturb, simple stuff. Connect to the mobile phone, shut down, restart, about, and factory reset. And in the about, you see this is the device name when you're Bluetoothing it. You're looking for that. And sometimes that's tricky because you think you're looking for, I don't know, MiBro Lite, but it actually had that model number on there. That's everything you get to when you swipe down. When you swipe up, you have information pushed from your phone. This is where all your messages will come in for the things that you've turned on to allow pushing. And you have to set those up on your phone and give permission before they'll come over to you. Go over this way, you've got weather, little cards that show you your weather, your heart rate, your blood oxygen, your activity, and then frequently used apps. Whatever apps you've been using will show up right there, so you don't have to go hunting for them. That's kind of a nice twist. This way you get all the different tiles. You got your heart rate. It immediately starts measuring it using the green diodes in the back. Weather in your area is shown here with the forecast in Fahrenheit or centigrade, your overall step count information. We're wearing it tightly for doing the blood oxygen reading using red diode technology for higher accuracy. And This is pressure, and the best I can say is it's not air pressure, it's your pressure. This is your fatigue, your stress, that kind of stuff. And you get kind of a reading in here, and I'm at 25, the last one, which is very relaxed, because 100 means you're going ballistic, okay? Shouldn't ride an airplane. Here you go, there's the ambient mode time. Without the glitch, that's what it would look like, and it'll stay on for 3 to 20 minutes after the screen has gone dark. Now, I'm pretty sure when you have it set for this mode, when you twist it, it's not going to light up. It overrides that twist to light up. You have to press the button to get it back. Okay. We were going through the cards. We were at blood oxygen, and then pressure. Oh, we're through them all. That's all of them. So those are available, and to the left is that one panel. You get the feel for how it works now? Okay, good. Then press the button. You get to all of your different apps that are installed. You have sporting. You have these different kind of things, including outdoor runs and cycling, walking, and then all the other traditional different kind of games and things. This uses a pedometer step count for your distance. There's no GPS in it. Free training if you want. Strength training is in here. Yoga even. You have your exercise data. So this is just your step count stuff. We saw that. Heart rate, blood oxygen, sleep report. Didn't see that on the other tile, but this is what you have in your sleep report. And this was just one night of the week that I did it. A breakdown basically of your deep and your light sleep, it looks like. And that's it on the app. Then you got the pressure, which is the same thing there. And again, that's stress. You got breathing exercises that you can set up so that if you want to lower it, and it's vibrating continuously right now, and it's not vibrating now. Let's see what happens. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 strong vibrations for the inhale and then the exhale. So you can either look at it, not with the glitch, of course, or you can just have it on your arm and feel the vibration. I love it when it does the regular vibration and you can tell the difference between in and out, because I can be driving, have it on my wrist, and be practicing some nice relaxed breathing. It really, really helps with dealing with traffic. MET, that's a term they're using for kind of an exercise. It's like the PAI, I believe it is, that Samsung or Amazfit, Xiaomi uses. I'm not a big exercise guy, so honestly, I don't know all of these differences, but we'll see it again in the app, and maybe it'll make more sense. A music player, you've got a basic countdown timer, find your phone, messages. There's the stopwatch. When you start this thing, it's running to hundredths of a second. You can't exit it. When you do, it pauses it. Okay, so you can't let it run in the background, it doesn't look like, and go about doing any other thing. But you can pause it and go and check on the calculator, for example, which works, but it's kind of a tiny digits on here. No commas, but yeah. At least you got a calculator. Very, very infrequently do you see a calculator. Your weather, and then again, we're back to the overall settings that we went through earlier. So that's basically the watch. We have a few different watch faces, some custom ones that you can create that you'll see in the app, and you've got some downloadable ones as well. Having a challenge getting it through the thing there. Simple band, lots of holes, should be able to fit most anybody. You want to wear it 2 centimeters up from your wrist. There it's in the always on time. If I turn that off, then it'll work with the twist your wrist type time. And for actually showing you the different watch faces, here's a custom face I downloaded. I really like that one. That's really fun. You can only put in one custom face, which is unfortunate. And then it has a few other stock faces. This one's got kind of a twirling thing, but it doesn't move. This works well with the ambient one, because when it flips to ambient, the hands, as you saw, are pretty much the same. So you know the watch is on when you see the blue. Otherwise, and the second hand, of course, otherwise it's pretty much, you're looking at the same face. There's little one with some city landscape. This is typical of what you can do with your own background. You can position where you want that stuff to be. Here's a nice little analog one, and then we're back to the fancy full one that we have been working with. All right, we'll go back to the custom face. Let's switch over to the app now. From the Google Play Store, we're looking for MiBro Fit. That's what the icon looks like. Last updated July 29th. I wanted to check that because it's buggy, guys. There's some things that need fixing in this one. They are definitely fixable, and we'll show you that. When I hit open, until I set up all of this stuff, I always get this screen, and the only way out of it is pretty much to exit it. Then you get to your actual page of information. Yes, you got to create an account and do all of that ahead of time. Not showing you all of that because it's just basic. These cards now represent the different things that you have in the watch that you can track. So you go into your step count. I got 50 of them today, it says, and this is just a slider. Now, this is where I'm talking. I've got some glitches with this. This is predicting. Today is the 21st. This is predicting that about 11 o'clock tonight I'll take 38 steps. It's off, guys. It's off on tracking the actual event versus the time that it's reporting it, and it screws everything up. If I go back yesterday, here we go. This is more reasonable. 11 a.m., that much. 12 noon, that much. I think that's probably accurate, but for some reason, it's glitching on today, and I don't have an explanation. Shows up here in heart rate, too. Here is now. This is going to be my heart rate tonight at 6 p.m. to midnight, and that's not right. Go back to yesterday. Here's my heart rate from 9 a.m., which is when I actually started working with this, up through 6 p.m., but nothing after that, and I slept with it all night. So, not sure what's happening there either, but you do get your zones, but not how much time you're spending in the zones, your average heart rate over the period, and of course you can see at any particular time in a 10-minute window, right, what the heart rate was in the continuous heart rate reading. But it's off in its reporting. Here's last night's sleep time. Now this is really interesting. I have never seen this before. I'm not complaining. I've got to look at it this way, because you see, when you're awake, it should be up, and your light sleep is like this, and deep sleep is your deep sleep, right? And it goes way down. I am used to seeing the chart that way, but these guys decided to turn it upside down, so your awake time is at the bottom. Really, it's like taking the stoplights and putting green at top and red at the bottom. Just doesn't work for me. But it does give you a report, and you can touch any area, and you can see what it is, light sleep for 59 minutes at roughly that time, and you can jump all over the place. That's 1 minute of deep sleep at 23, goodness knows, because you only have your sleep time and your awake time. A little hard to figure out. Here's the percentages. Here they are again in zones. And average sleep time, average time to get up. Yeah, and I guess these averages adjust over time the more that you use it. Potential here, very much potential, but kind of awkward. Weight, if you put it in here, you have to do this manually. As far as I know, they don't sell a scale that will automatically put it in. It should be able to compute your BMI and stuff, and what that represents when you hit your zone. Fatty, normal, okay. You want to be between 18.5% to 24%. And you can compare it with yesterday down there, which is kind of, weight doesn't change that quickly. Sport record, this is bizarre as well. This is where your sport records would be by day, and you have to hit the little arrow, and if you have any, they'll appear here. I don't have any, so I don't have anything to show you. Fatigue. This is great. These guys are so smart that they can tell you the rest of today is going to be really hard on me. I'm going to have fatigue up the kazoo. I'm going to be at 30, 32 this afternoon into the evening. Again, the chart is way off. We are back here at what, 9:30 in the morning, right around there. And that's what it's saying my level is. And I don't see where it's saying what my level is. You have to figure it out, about 16. But yeah, highest 8, lowest 8, average 8, relaxed. Something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. If I go back to yesterday, that looks more like today. That's the time now, 9:30, but this is the future. So yeah, the app, at least for me, working with this particular watch, needs some tweaking. Let's check out the other two tabs. Equipment. This is this device, giving you a little bit of data that belongs on the first page. Here's the different dial markets, and then you have all these things, custom notifications. This is wild. The health reminder. Remember all the things we saw you could set up on the watch, turn them on and off. Here's where you can actually set up intervals to do sedentary reminders or whatever. Distant view reminder, no idea what that is. Take your medicine. A reading reminder, to stop reading, to start reading. A travel reminder. They just gave names to repeat timers, it looks like. But those are available for you. Alarm clock, find your watch, take a picture. Other settings includes raise your wrist and 12 or 24-hour time. The rest of this is pretty much self-explanatory. And then your watch faces. You get into here, and then this is the watch face store. And I've got one of these custom faces on here now that you saw, but you've got some colorful ones, and triple tap, I can bring them up a little closer. That's the one I'm running with right now because I like all of the data that's on it. But yeah, for examples, that one's got quite a bit of data too, but it's going to be more bright. The rest of them are kind of colorful. Yeah, different faces. In the dial market, in the custom one now, this is where you create your own, we'll put in a different screen, a different style, and the position of the digital time, and you can install your own custom face as well on the watch. Okay. Okay. You get to put in your acronym and your information. I generally set it up for female in case it has period tracking. This one does not, but I believe the MiBro Air did. So for some strange reason, they've taken that out. You can put in birth date and step counts and the typical kind of things, and set yourself up the way you want. You get medals. You have a health report, which is kind of cool if it's accurate. This is today, but look again, it's got my steps in the future. Last night's sleep stuff. There's the bogus heart rate. Although the heart rate may be real, but the timing is wrong. By the way, blood oxygen, there is no continuous monitoring of blood oxygen. You can take individual readings, which I did, one, and that's about it. But you get this health report, and you could export it if you want to. So that's a good summary of everything you've got. The My Data shows you your stuff in a quick kind of a glance, right? And that's it. And then your personal information, again, we were already there. So that's available to set up when you tap on there and check for updates and so forth. Okay, so it's a MiBro Fit app for the MiBro Lite watch, which has all these different characteristics and functions. You've got green diodes for heart rate, no blood pressure. You got red diodes for blood oxygen. It looks pretty well waterproof from its design. It's lightweight and yeah, pretty easy to use. So where can you get it? Well, we're recommending heading on over to the SIMSON Store at AliExpress. Definitely check the current price, because I think this is just a super high price to try to encourage you to buy it at their low price, which might be their normal price. I'm not sure, but check. It should be around $45 or so, and if we can get a coupon for it to take it a little bit lower, we'll do that as well. Alrighty, gang. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.